Alright guys, welcome back again. So this is another episode here. So today we're going to wire up the user controls to the buttons in the dashboard here. I do believe we only have one wired up, so let's have a look at that one. Then we'll wire up the rest. Okay, so just log in here. Then we'll come here. So dashboard is there. So we don't have members of staff, no products, user control, no clients, user control yet, no services, user control yet, no appointments, no billing, and no logout functionality just yet. So let's see what we can do about this in this episode here today. So I'll just close this. And yeah, right. Let's get started. So start here. I'm moving the mouse here. So what we want is to do a vertical split. So I'll click this for vertical split. Then I'll do this. I prefer the view of the application to the left here. Then the syntax for XAML to the right here. Then yeah, let's get right into it. So let's start with our staff button. So I'll click on the staff button just to go straight to the staff button there. So the staff button is the second one from the first, so which is this one here. So we can minimize these button templates and so forth and so on. So let's get right into it. So our button here, we're going to do X name variable. So I'll just press X. Then name. The name, I'll press the equals button. Okay, so name this one STAFF staff. Then we'll give it a click functionality. Okay, so click functionality. So the click functionality will be based on the name here. If you don't put name, it won't come up with a proper name for the button here, the click functionality for the button. So always remember to name your controls here, very important for code behind purposes, of course. Then we'll say click. Then we'll say new event handler. Just click that one. What's going on? Come on, event handler. Okay, so let's do that again. Okay, so there, so staff click, so it has created something, the code behind. We'll come and look at that. So we'll come to the third button. So the third button is products. So just give this a name. Okay, so say products. So products. Then we'll give it a click functionality also. Okay, products there. So let's close that one. So just do this one by one real quick. Like really quick. Okay, so X name variable. Small letter X, the name. Then equals button. Okay, so staff products clients, CLIENTS. Okay, clients. Then CLICK. Okay, so new event handler. All right, so let's do the same for the remaining buttons. Equals sign, software client is services. Okay, services. Click functionality. Okay, all right, that's good. All right, we'll come here. So services, we have appointments, small letter X as usual, then name, then equal button. Okay, it's there, so just do this. All right, so appointments, then click functionality. Okay, so almost done. Okay, so appointments, then billing. I just create some breathing space there. Okay, so billing. small letter X as usual. So we select small letter X, then equals, no, name. So yeah, name there. Then space. Oh, okay. Billing. Okay, billing there. So let's add some click functionality. Not clock, but click. Okay, click there equals. Okay, so new event handler. Okay, so that one's done. So that's billing. Let's do logout. So name equals logout underscore button. Okay, so you can add underscore button. So like we've done bidding here, you can add underscore bidding button underscore appointment underscore appointment button, and then you just copy this like this. Then you can just there. Okay, then Control V for that. So you can continue the rest of these there. So dashboard underscore button is there. So add underscore button next to these names here: staff, products, clients, and services, and appointments. Then so we'll just save those. Then let's go to code behind. Is it here? Okay, so view code. So these are our user controls here. You see here. So we have dashboard wired up. So let's wire everything else. So from the last the previous tutorial before the last one, everything which is here should have been at least covered in that previous video, before the previous one, where we changed the dashboard design. Now there's a previous one before that one. We should have covered all this functionality there. So you can go back to that video for those. You can go back to those videos for a recap there and thing like that. So here, let us get into this. So telemetry controls here. There's where's that one? This section. So there's a section called current view. So when you click dashboard button, it will bring the user control in this current view here and thing like that. So telemetry's control here is dot children is to clear the children elements when they are loaded there into this white section here and thing like that. Then you see dashboard is the name of the user control. Then the user control is given a variable. Then that telemetry controls here, children, will add this variable to this space here. Again, here, this white space here, white space you see here, and thing like that. Then to do the same for the remaining user controls, to clear the previous user control, load the one which has been selected or the one which has been called according to the name of the button. For example, staff and click. And then so we'll just get this to save time. Say Control C, we'll copy, and we can come and paste here. Then what we're looking for is the staff, right? User control. So these are the prefixes you see. So you see. So here we want staff. Okay, you see staff. We'll just call it STAFF, the variable name. Then we just copy this one. Control C. Then we'll come and paste that here. Control V. Okay. Then we'll do the same for products. Since we already copied. Oh no. Let's copy this again. I don't know, the hand just appeared out of nowhere. Okay, no matter. I still get things done. So I just wanted, okay, this is the case that I wanted, not the other one. So come and press enter here. Then here, so this is products. So user control, we'll say products. products, then we'll just delete that F there. Okay, so the product is there, then the name, okay, let me do that. The name will be UC underscore dash, just name this PROD, okay, UC prod. Okay, then we'll come here, let's say control copy, then control paste UC prod, so to call this user control into the children element there and thing. Then we'll copy everything here. Okay, then clients. Okay, so I have clients there. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, clients there. You'll see CLI. Let's just call it CLIE. Okay, so control C. Then we'll come here. Then we'll paste that in there. And so practically this whole process here is repetitive and stuff like that. So you guys can just go ahead. It's practically the same things we're doing over and over again. So you guys can go ahead and if you want, you can pause the video, let the video finish, fast forward the video to, okay, but don't skip here. So let me just finish here. C, okay, then we'll come and paste here again. Okay, then this is services, so user control for services. Okay, services. Okay, so there we are. Then we'll say shift S ER, so that will be the object, the variable name for that object there. Then we'll say control C. Okay, so control V. All right. So we'll do that for the same here. Appointments. Appointments is this one. Definitely there. Okay. So just say appointments. APPOINTMENTS. There we are. Then this one just say app. Okay. Copy that. Control C. Some practice makes good perfect, right? So we're doing this over and over again for good practice. Okay. So hand has appeared again. I don't know that I keep pressing. Okay, it has gone. All right, so let's do this. Control C, copy. So this is the last one. Okay, so control V there. So this is billing. I think my mouse is acting funny again. Okay, so shift BILLING. Okay, billing double L, I think. Okay, so there, so that user control exists, it's here. So you see bill. Okay, so that's what to just call that variable there. Then control C. Okay. Then control V. Okay, so there, that's everything there. So let's have a look at our other user controls. Let's see which is the first one in line. So the first one in line is button, dashboard, staff. Okay, let's look at staff. Okay, so our staff user control is blank. So what we're going to do is this. We'll bring this video to an end here. So you guys just do the usual thing, like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Welcome, I'm Sims. Welcome, please do follow along. The tools on how to do this is just Visual Studio, then the Windows desktop, what do they call those? Workload files, Windows desktop, C# workload file, Visual Studio 2022. If you'd like a video on how to set up Visual Studio 2026, sorry, Visual Studio 2026 on your machine, just let me know. But you can also have a look at the video on how to set up Visual Studio 2026 on our other YouTube channel, the WinUI3 YouTube channel. So just go to the main page of this YouTube channel. At the bottom, there's an offering of other channels there. On the WinUI3 channel, there's a procedure that shows how to set up Visual Studio 2026 for development with WinUI3. So instead of adding for WPF, instead of adding the WinUI3 workload, you add the workload for C#, then you add the workload for WPF. Then I guess for that channel, you add the workload for WinUI3 there. So this is the end of this video. Remember to like and subscribe. The resource files will be linked in the description section of this video. I'm Sims. We'll see you guys later in in another video. Thanks for watching and peace.